Hi friends, in this session we are gonna take a quiz in Java. Alright, so let's in this quiz we do have 50 questions. Alright, all those questions are objective. So just read out the question and we are gonna answer the we are gonna select the one of the objective. Right, so one of the options we are going to select that. So let's get into the video. All right, so here I just open a new, you can see here the Java quiz. All right, so it contains 50 questions. Yeah, and this, the time duration is 100 minutes. So this is my picture. You can see my name here, Java, and then my name is Thiruchitrampalam, N.Thiruchitrampalam, and you can see the channel name Java track. Yeah, so let me give my name Thiruchitrampalam, then the initial N, and my email ID is thiru3n@gmail.com. Okay, so I click on start. So we're gonna take up the Java quiz. All right, so here we go. All right, the first question. So you can see the time duration here, 99 minutes 55 seconds. The first question is, you can see the number, question number here. All right, the first question is, can comparator be used in tree set or tree map constructor? Obviously comparator can be used, so I just select the yes. Yes, comparator can be used in tree set and tree map constructor. All right, so I click on next. The second question is, when default method exists in interface, which is mandatory in the following list? First one, static method should be overridden, and second, two abstract method of interface should be overridden. Third one, default method should be overridden. So whenever default method exists in the interface, the class which implements that interface must override the default method. So I just select default method should be overridden and I click on next. And third question is, what is the process behind the string created using new keyword? First option, it checks the existence of string only created if it's not exists. Second option is toString is called to create the string. Third option, creates a new string objects. So so it just creates a new string object, right? When okay. And fourth question, what are all the implementation of list interface? First one is array list, vector, linked list, array list, vector. Second one is array list, vector, linked list. Third one is enumeration, collection, tree, list. Right here, business. Okay, fine. Array list, vector, and linked list. Okay, that's classes. Those classes are the implementation of the list interface. And fifth one, how to prevent writing some data member value during object serialization. So we do serialize the object. I mean, we just store the state of the object in a persistent storage area, so that we call it as a serialization. So when we do serialization, we want to keep uh, I mean, we want to prevent a data member from serialization. uh, we make use of the transient keyword. So here you can see annotation, final, and transient. So using transient we can do that. All right, I select transient and then next. Here you can see which the sixth one is which method is used to convert the object to string representation. So any object can be converted to a string representation using the toString method that resides in the object class. Okay, so here three options are here: toChar array, toString, toGetChar. I am just selecting toString. How to serialize the object? Seventh question: how to serialize the object? The first option is use write object to serialize the object. Write object is defined by object output interface, which extends data output interface. And the second option is use print object to serialize the object. Dot print object to use print object to serialize the object. Print object is defined by data output interface, which extends the object output interface. Here normally when we serialize, we make use of the write object that resides in the object output interface. Alright, in turn this object output interface which extends the data output interface. So I just select the use write object to serialize the object. Okay, first one, and then I click on next. Now we go with the eighth question, which is what does push method from linked list class do? So push method, what does it do? There is a method named push method uh, in linked list class. So what does it do? The first option is push will insert the element in the beginning of the collection. Push will remove the element from the beginning of the collection. Push will update the element in the collection. Okay, here normally this push, what it does, push method will insert the element in the beginning of the collection. So whenever we have linked list, so this push method, it places the object on the topmost, I mean in the beginning of the collection. So I select the first one, push method will insert the element in the beginning of the collection, and then next. Now ninth question, how to traverse through the tree map. Tree map, so we do have a collection tree map. How to traverse? So the first option, tree map object dot first set method and then map dot entry and then iterator and then set. The flow goes in this way. And the second option is tree map object dot sorter set and then map entry set and then iterator. The third option is tree map object dot entry set and then set and then iterator and then map entry. Normally when we have the tree map, so we make use of the entry set method to get a set. All right, to get a set collection from the tree map. So once we get the set, we get the iterator, all right, by calling the iterator on the set interface. And once we get the iterator, we call the map.entry, which is nothing but map.entry. It's an inner class of the map interface. We just create an object for this map.entry, and using the map.entry, we fetch each and every element, key, and values. All right, the methods are get key and get value. All right, so I'm just selecting tree map object dot entry set and then set iterator map dot entry. Okay, fine, next. Stream and parallel stream are added to collection interface. What does it do? So in version Java 8, two methods, stream and parallel stream, are added to Java interface. So here the first option. So the question is, what does it do? So the first question is, stream is used to generate the sequential stream of the collection. Parallel stream is used to generate the parallel stream of the collection. The second option is, stream is used to generate the Gregorian stream of the collection, and parallel stream is used to generate the polymorphic stream of the collection. So stream method of collection interface is used to generate the sequential stream of the collection, and the parallel stream is used to generate the parallel stream of the collection, right? So this is used, these two methods are used in the scenario of where we do have huge collections. Okay, I click on next. Now we have completed 11th, and we go with we have completed 10 questions. We go 11th. What are all the ways to create a thread? Thread can be created in two ways. Let me go with the options: extend process class and implement parent process interface. And the second option, extend thread class and implement runnable interface. The third option, extend date class and implement date object interface. The second option is the right one. Extend thread class, and two ways we can create a thread. One is by extending the thread class, and the other way is by implementing the runnable interface. I click on next. What does 12th question, what does equal and equal method and equal sign, two equal signs mean? All right, the first option is, equal is used to check the memory location of both the objects, and equal sign is used to check whether both the object content are same. The second option is, equal is used to check the content of both the objects, and equal sign is used to check whether both reference variable points to the same object. So already I have given a session on this equal method and equal sign. What is the difference between these two? Equals method is used to check the content of both the objects, and equal sign is used to check whether both reference variable points to the same object. All right, the same memory location. That's the right, second option is the right answer. Let me go with the next question. 13th one, select the unchecked exception list. First option, no such method exception. Second, arithmetic exception. Third, class not found exception. Fourth, file not found exception. So unchecked exception is the arithmetic exceptions. All right, these exceptions that occurs at runtime. All right, so unchecked exceptions. So I click on next. For each method exists in iterable interface, is it true or not? In Java version 8, this for each method has been added as an add-on to the iterable interface. Okay, so it is true. So this for each method is used to iterate. This for each method is used to traverse through the collection without using the iterator keyword. All right, let me go with other next question. How to check 15th one, how to check existence of file in Java. The first option, file object dot exist system.out.println file existed. Second object, file object dot regex. Third option is file object dot accept. There is a method exist. All right, so I'm just selecting the first option. Click on next. You can see functional interface can be instantiated using lambda expression. Don't even need to mention the name of the abstract method. So functional interface, whenever we have an interface that has only one abstract method, then that interface becomes a functional interface. All right, so this functional interface can be instantiated using the lambda expression, and when we instantiate, we don't even need to mention the name of the abstract method. That is true. So I select true, click on next. Here the 17th question, it explains about string buffer and string builder. Which statement is true? First option, string buffer is synchronized, mutable. String builder is not synchronized and mutable. The second is string buffer is not synchronized and immutable, and string builder is synchronized and mutable. So string buffer is synchronized, okay, and mutable. String builder is not synchronized and mutable. I mean, string buffer and string builder can be changed even after its creation, wherein string buffer is synchronized but string builder is not synchronized. So let me select the first option. Next. 18th one, what is the difference between an interface and abstract class? So interface can have concrete methods and abstract class can't have it. Interface is the output of the program and abstract doesn't have implementation. Interface is the output of program and abstract doesn't have implementation. And the third one is interface is the output of program and abstract doesn't have implementation. Fourth one, interface supports multiple inheritance and abstract class supports single inheritance. So the fourth one, interface supports multiple we achieve multiple inheritance through interface. So let me select the fourth one, right? Interface supports the multiple inheritance and abstract class supports the single inheritance. Next. 19th question, what is the state of the thread when a start method is called? So whenever the start method is called, what is the state of the thread? So that's a question, and we do have three options. Thread will enter into init method init state and it will call the sleep. Thread will enter into dead state and it will call the wait, second option. Third option, thread will enter into runnable state and it will call the run method. So third option is the right one. So whenever start method is called, this start method is already predefined. Inside this start method already, this start method in turn it calls the run method. All right, so I click on the next. Here, what is functional interface? I believe a few questions few questions back I have explained in one of the questions just now, what is functional interface. So an interface that has only one abstract method and few concrete method is called functional interface. First option. Second option, an interface that has only one abstract method is called functional interface. The second option is the right one. All right, and 21st one, here you can see the list the type of members in a class. So class does have members. So those being classified into two, that is, one is data and the other one is the member method. So data member and method member. All right, so let's see the options: inheritance member and abstraction member, compile time member and runtime member, data member and method member, and fourth one, public member and private member. This third one, data member and method member, is the right answer. So I select that and click on just go with 22. Select the correct statement about list, set and map. The first option. So the question is, select the correct statement about the list, set and map interface. So list doesn't allow the duplicate values, set allow duplicate values, map stores the value as key value pair. The first option there. That's the first option. Second option is list allows the duplicate values, set doesn't allow the duplicate values, map stores the values as key value pair. The second option is the right one. List allows the duplicate values, set doesn't allow the duplicate values, map stores the value as key value pair. Okay, so 23rd question is, stream API is used in handling which of the following? So stream API is used in which of the following scenario? Handle input output exception is the first option. Second option, handle string manipulation. Third option, handle huge collection. String API is used to handle the huge collection. So I select the handle huge collection. Next. 24th question, what are all the implementation of set interface? Set interface does have the major implementation of set interface class is hash set. So linked set first option, second descending, and third one hash set. So I select the hash set. And 25th exception is derived from which package? So exception is derived from the first option, derived from java.land.package exception, second option java.util.exception, third one java.math.exception, fourth one java.io.exception. So this exception is derived from, exception class is derived from java.land.exception. Okay. And what is class? Class is a program, class is a template, second option. Third, class is a thread. Fourth option, class is a inheritance. Class is a template. All right. So what is the process behind the creation of string literal? The first option is, so we do have string literal. So what is the process behind the creation of string literal? The first option is, when string is created using string literal, it calls the intern to check its existence in pool of a string. If it finds a match, then that reference is returned. If not, it creates a new string object and returns the reference of it. The second option is, when string is created using string literal, it uses a new keyword and calls to toString method to check its existence in pool of string. If it finds a match, then that reference is returned. If not, it creates a new string object and returns the reference of it. The first one is the correct one. So string, whenever the string literal is created, it calls the intern method, which this intern method will check the existence of that string in the pool of string. If it exists, it returns the reference of that string object. Otherwise, it creates a new one. All right, let me go with the other next question. So which method to implement, 28th question, which method to implement when a class implements comparable interface? So first one option, compare to method, second option accept method, third option parallel stream method. First option compare to method. Alright, that takes a object parameter. I click on next. Static method can be defined in the interface. In Java version 2, it allows us to define static method in the interface. All right, so select, I just select interface, I just select the true. Okay, let me go with the next question. 30th question, what is sequential input stream? The first option, it allows programs to write to a string buffer as if it were an input stream. The second option, in this data can be read from a thread by using piped input stream. The third option, it concatenates multiple it concatenates already I'm sorry, it concatenates multiple input streams into one output stream. The third option, it concatenates multiple it concatenates multiple input stream into one input stream. That's the right answer, right? So that is sequential input stream. And 31st, when the checked exception is determined. So it is determined at runtime. So how to open a file in append mode? You can see the buffered writer keyword, and then the object name writer equal new keyword buffered writer, and then the file name file writer keyword with and then the file name. Two parameters is given to the file writer, abcd dot text false, and then the second option, the same stuff with uh, two parameters which takes one is true. The third option is which same statement which doesn't take any boolean value. All right, so the second one is the right one. Buffered writer, new buffered writer, inside the parameter we give new file writer and the file name and the boolean value true. So when we give the true boolean value, the file is opened as a open mode. All right, let me select the next one. Here you can see what is markable interface and what are all they. So markable, first option, markable interface does have members, example runnable, observer, consumer. A second option, markable interface doesn't have any members, example clonable, serializable, event listener. So the second option is the right one. So markable interface doesn't have any method members, any doesn't have any members, data members and method members. So example clonable, serializable, event listener. And 34th question, in which scenario code in finally block will get executed? The first option, only when there is no exception. Second, even code doesn't invoke any method. Third, even if an exception occurs, even if data member is manipulated. Even if an exception occurs, this finally block will get executed. No matter what happens, this no matter whatever the situation, this finally block will get executed before it terminates the program. So let me go with the next question. 35th, what does pop from linked list class do? This pop method, there is a method named pop method that resides in the linked list class. So what does it do? Pop will insert the element in the beginning of the collection. Pop will remove the element from the beginning of the collection, the second option. And the third option is pop will update the element in a collection. The pop will remove the element from the beginning of the collection. All right, so I select the pop will remove the element. So whenever you use a pop method, it will remove the element from the beginning of the collection. If you have a linked list, if you want to remove the first element of the linked list, then you can make use of this pop method. Click on next. 36th question, where the throws class is used. So we do have throws class. So this throws keyword, where do we use? So throws class, the first option, throws class is used in class declaration. Second one, interface declaration. Third one, inheritance declaration. And fourth one, throws class is used in method declaration. The fourth option is the right one. I select the fourth. Throws class is used in method declaration, just to say the JVM that this method may come up with these exceptions. All right, next. So 37th question, generics can be used by obviously collection. All right, that is array list. So it can be used by array. So I select the array list. Generics can be used by collection. So I just select the array list, not the array. I am selecting the array list. Next, 38th question, what is for each method? Already I believe in this quiz I have explained for each method. Alright, let me go with the options and then I will explain. For each is used to traverse through the collection without using iterator keyword. And second option is for each is just an alternative for method and doesn't reduce the code, can't skip the use of iterator keyword. The first one, for each is used to traverse through the collection without using the iterator keyword. That's the right answer. For each method, it's a new method that is added to the iterable interface. This method allows us to traverse through the collection without using the iterator keyword. All right, you need to pass in the predicate, so that JVM will take care of traversing through the collection. All right, and just on next. So 39th question, synchronize keyword can be in two places. What are they? So the option is used in data member and used in interface. second option used in method member and used in block, used in constructor and used in packages. So synchronized used in method member and used in block. So we can make a method as a synchronized method, and we can make a block as synchronized block, just to synchronize the object. All right. So synchronization is achieved using the synchronized keyword. All right, next, the 40th question: which of these classes are synchronized? So the classes, first option hash map, second option hash table, third one array list. So here hash table is synchronized. Okay. So next one, when the start method is not called, which exception is thrown by Java? So when we create a thread, we need to it is mandatory to call the start method. So what if the start method is not called? What exception the Java the will throw? So here you can see three options: class cast exception, illegal thread state exception, thread not found exception. The second option, illegal thread state exception, is the right answer. It will throw the illegal thread state exception. And the 42nd question: how does data member look? Select the data member in the list. So class have two members, data member and method member. Here the first one, int a, that's the data member. So all the second is a method member and is a class declaration, interface declaration. The first one is a data member. This is how it looks. Okay, int a. And next, what does the sleep method do? 43rd question, what does the sleep method do? First option, sleep method makes the thread wait for some time. Second option, sleep method makes the thread to execute in slow pace. Third option, sleep method makes the thread to enter into init state. So this first option, sleep method makes the thread to wait for specified time, is the right answer. So sleep method will always make it is used to make the thread to wait for some time. All right, for specified time. We can specify the time in milliseconds and nanoseconds. So next, what are all the implementation of map interface and sorted map interface? So first option, abstraction map and encapsulation map. Second option, hash map and tree map. And third option, map.entry and hash set map. The second option, hash map and tree map, is the right answer. All right. So map interface is implemented by the hash map class, and sorted map interface is implemented by the tree map class. Okay. And next question, for question, string is immutable, is it true or false? So obviously string is immutable. All right, so true. Once created, it can't be changed. So I select the second one. All right, the first option is false, once created it can be changed. I go with the second one. So string is immutable, once you create the string you can't change it. All right, wherein string buffer and string builder is mutable. We are even though it is created, we can make changes to the string buffer and string builder. Here the string is immutable. I go with the second option and click on next. Here 46th question, what is serialization? It allows to, first option, it allows to store the state of an object to a persistent storage area. Second option, it allows to delete the state of an object from a persistent storage area. And third, all above all are true. First option is the right one. It allows to store the state of an object to a persistent storage area. Okay, I click on next. The 47th question, is it possible to restart the dead thread in Java? The options are: 1, first option, no, a thread can't be restarted once the execution is completed. The second option, yes, a thread can be restarted once the execution is completed. The first one is the right one. It can, no, a thread can be restarted once the execution is completed. All right. And then the 48th question, collection is categorized into three major classification. What are all they? So here you can see list, synchronized, and externalization. The second option is second option is list, set and map, third option is map.entry, annotation and dictionary. The list, set and map, second option is the right one. I click on next. Okay, so select the method member in the list. So class have two members, data member and method member. Here interface, it is a interface declaration. For second option class B, third option public void shine, and fourth option string declaration. The third option public void shine is the method member in this list. Okay, I select the third option public void shine, it is a method member. And we go with the 50th question, the last question, which is what does peak method from linked list class do? The linked list class does have a peak method. What does it do? The first option peak method will update the beginning element of the collection. The second option peak method will fetch the beginning element of the collection. The third option peak method will remove the beginning element of the collection. So this peak method, what it will fetch the beginning element of the collection. All right, so I select the second option, peak will fetch the beginning element of the collection. It will not there won't be any reflection in the collection, but it will just fetch the beginning element of the collection. All right, so here we done with the quiz, Java quiz. I'm gonna submit my we are going to submit the answer. All right, just click on the time is 65 minutes is we do have 65 minutes, we have taken 35 minutes almost. All right, let me submit this, my answer. I click on submit, we can see the score. See, you can see your score. You can see we have got the name. Here I have given my name Thiruchitrampalam N, and the score is 100, right? We have scored 100 out of 100. So 100 percentage we have done, we have answered all the questions right. So correct answers 50 questions. All right, so incorrect answers 0. Fine. And you can see my email address, and here the passing grade is 40 percentage, but we have got 100. All right, and the time taken is 34 minutes 32 seconds. I believe every time I just explained each and every question, so it might have taken this much time. Otherwise it's possible to complete the quiz in hardly 10 minutes. All right, if you're good in Java. Anyway, like if you want, we can take a print. All right, I believe this session this session would have given you you know much knowledge on this Java. We have I have given almost 27 28 sessions, and 20 all exactly I have given 28 sessions in Java, and I done with Java topics. All right, I have given sessions on all the topics in Java, and this quiz with this quiz I complete with this Java quiz I complete the subject Java, and henceforth I will go with other subjects like J2EE, Spring Boot, Spring Cloud, Spring Data JPA. So those subjects I will start to give up the sessions. All right, so anyway, I believe you got to know the complete stuff in Java and how to score in a quiz. So all the best, thanks for watching, bye.